Very clear, Alexa, that we'll add police officers wherever they be. And what we also need too is for folks, especially people who are filming these things when they happen, to not film and actually call the police, because maybe we could have caught that on view if someone would have put down their phone that they had in their hand recording and actually filmed it. We know our police officers are out there working. As you heard earlier, they have seized over 1,600 weapons. That's even more than we did in 2014 when we had lots of more police officers. So the productivity is up. They've made over 1,000 gun arrests. They're going to continue to be out there doing it, making 13 gun arrests in one weekend. That is a significant thing. But I think what I would push our partners and friends in the media to do is asking other questions. Why is it that our police department is arresting people for carjacking who were charged with a gun charge in another jurisdiction just a month ago? Why is it that people that were charged with murder in another jurisdiction end up dead on the streets of Baltimore when they were just released? Why is it that we continuously see people who were charged with handguns then be charged with other crimes? Why is it that people are sentenced to 10 years, given all but 6 years suspended, and then home in 2? We have to look at this complete system, because when the police are working, and what we're going to be doing now is we're getting a new state's attorney and a new governor is saying how we can fix those other parts of the system, because this is not about whether our police department is arresting people, because they're doing that clearly at a higher clip. They're seizing more weapons at a higher clip. But what we are continuing to see over and over again is that we are arresting the same people. And why is it that we're not, these folks aren't being held for the time that they should, and why are they being released out to the streets without the proper rehabilitation?
I guess if I can ask just one more thing. So 2 Mondays ago, I was covering the same story. The numbers were almost identical. 5 people murdered, 9 shot. The same thing almost today, 6 and 8. What do you say to the citizens who wake up to these headlines over the weekends into the new week?
Yeah, it's a great question, Ava Joy. What I say to folks is very simple. We know that we don't want to have that. We don't tolerate that. But we know on weekends this stuff is driven by personal conflict outside the bars, personal beefs, people being mad over petty things. And what we have to do is we have to all be better. This is also about, as you heard us, about how our city is awash with guns and illegal guns, and why we're going after gun traffickers, and why we're going after gun companies who refuse to see their part in dealing with reducing violence in the city of Baltimore, and particularly ghost guns, the guns that we recover the most, whose company, Parliament 80, purposely goes around federal and state gun laws to make these things available for people who should not have them. We have to attack this at every angle. But what I want most for the citizens of Baltimore to do is think deeper than the police department. Think deeper than that. Think about why is it that when they are arresting the same people that they arrested months ago for gun crimes, that they just shouldn't even have an illegal gun, why is that person back out on the street already? Why is it that people were charged with murder in another jurisdiction and end up dead on the streets of Baltimore? Why is it that we continuously arrest the same people for the same things? We have a system that has to be fixed, and that's why we're excited about having now a new state administration that truly wants to partner with us in building that system to make our city and our state a safer place.
Following particularly violent weekends, any plans to increase foot patrols or to make officers more visible?
Well, that's what we're always doing, but it's the same people. And so we're not adding more people, we're using the very same people. And through overtime, sometimes we can increase those numbers. But yes, anytime there's an incident in any neighborhood, we automatically have a response to that with high visibility and high patrols. And many times we have that before those shootings. But all of that's taken into account when we assess how we redeploy after an incident. And so yes.
And just for example, this incident on Harvard Road, police were just up the block when this took place. So the folks are where they need to be. They're always going to be in those areas where there are folks that are going to be congregating high numbers like Federal Hill, Fells Point, and we know, listen, where there are bars, there are going to be fights, and we have to be prepared to deal with that. We know a lot of those places have private security to help deal with that as well. It's about everybody working together. But we also, again, have to understand that when you're talking about the criminal justice system here in Baltimore, it goes beyond our police, who again are making more gun arrests, seizing more guns than they even did in 2014, the last year that we saw significant reductions in homicides and shootings in Baltimore.